This is the Dollemore Daily, and I'm Jesse Dollemore.
There are many things that we can be sure of. One of those things that we can be sure of is that innocent people don't need pardons. People guilty of no crime seek no pardon. It's being reported right now that Rudy Giuliani, as early as last week, was talking with Donald Trump to try to get himself a preemptive pardon for his prospective crimes. The New York Times has written about this. They're reporting this. And their track record, despite what Donald Trump and his lackeys would say, is sterling. They write in this piece, Giuliani is said to have discussed a possible pardon with Trump. Rudolph W. Giuliani, President Trump's lawyer who has led the most extensive efforts to damage his client's political rivals and undermine the election results, discussed with the president as recently as last week the possibility of receiving a preemptive pardon before Mr. Trump leaves office, according to two people told of the discussion. It was not clear who raised the topic. The men have also talked previously about a pardon for Mr. Giuliani, according to the people. Mr. Trump has not indicated what he will do, one of the people said. Mr. Giuliani's potential criminal exposure is unclear. He was under investigation as recently as last summer by federal prosecutors in Manhattan for his business dealings in Ukraine and his role in ousting the American ambassador there, a plot that was at the heart of the impeachment of Mr. Trump. And then they finish it with this. Well, there's more in the article. I'm finishing it with this that they wrote. Mr. Giuliani did not respond to a message seeking comment. Christiane Allen, his spokeswoman, said, quote, Mayor Giuliani cannot comment on any discussion that he has with his clients. Again, innocent men do not seek pardons from their pal presidents. This would not be completely unprecedented relative to pardons for criminals. Preemptive pardons, I mean. The unelected President Gerald Ford famously pardoned Richard Nixon for any crimes he would have committed during his presidency, letting him off scot-free to march off into the sunset without prosecution, without consequence for his crimes against the country. Trump famously treats the pardon power of the presidency like it's his own personal get-out-of-jail-free card, especially if you're connected or related to him personally. There's a pardon scholar named Mark Osler. He's a law professor and clemency scholar at the University of St. Thomas Law School, and he was interviewed by NPR last year about Donald Trump and his pardons. And I want to read a little bit from this NPR article. With only a handful of exceptions, Osler said, Trump's clemency grants have gone to people he knows or learned about from Fox News. On a single day in February, Trump pardoned or commuted the sentences of 11 people, all of whom had one thing in common. Either their cases were promoted on Fox News or they had an inside connection to the president. Quote, he has largely ignored the little guy or anonymous offenders who apply for presidential mercy through the usual channels, Crouch told NPR. Under President Trump, the old backdoor to clemency, getting the president's attention somehow, seems to have become the new front door. So if Donald Trump sees you on Fox News or he knows you, you have a good shot of getting clemency, of getting a pardon. Look at who he's pardoned and granted clemency. Roger Stone, traitor, Michael Flynn, Joe Arpaio, racist POS. All of these people have one thing in common. They're directly connected to the president. They're directly connected to the individual, the sole individual who can grant pardons in these United States. Look, every president who is outgoing, there is controversy surrounding some pardons. But Donald Trump has used the pardon power of the constitutional pardon power granted him in a completely unique manner. He disregards the office of pardons within the Justice Department, doesn't take their counsel, doesn't clear things with them to make sure that it's a fundamentally wise move and in the interest of the United States. He doesn't do that. If it's good for him and his buddies, he pardons. The pardon power is not just specifically granted in the Constitution, it's talked about in the Federalist Papers. Federalist number 74, Alexander Hamilton wrote about the pardon power specifically. Among other things, he wrote, "It is not to be doubted that a single man of prudence and good sense is better fitted in delicate conjunctures to balance the motives which may plead for and against the remission of the punishment than any numerous body whatever." There, he's arguing that the reason the pardon power is granted to a single person, the President of the United States, and not to Congress, is because a single man of prudence and good sense is going to do a better job at it than a group of individuals, men at the time. Who argues? Who of any decent reputation or good sense argues that Donald Trump is a single man of prudence and good sense? The answer is no one. Donald Trump is a scoundrel who pardons other scoundrels, many of them who are doing his bidding. What kind of a system, what kind of justice is there that Donald Trump has his lawyer out there internationally committing crimes in his name, working in contravention of the interests of the United States of America directly for Donald Trump, and then when it's time to check out, gets a pardon? Because Donald Trump can't be indicted because of the Office of Legal Counsel opinion of the Justice Department. So he can have his emissaries go out there, commit crimes, and then just be pardoned. They were working on behalf of Donald Trump. And now he's the only man who can pardon them. That is not justice. That is in direct contravention to the ethos of what we aspire to be, what we claim to be in America. And it looks like, despite what Alexander Hamilton thought it should be, it's going to work out a little differently because we have a president who is not a single man of prudence and good sense. We have Donald Trump. Anyway, I would love to know what you think. You can leave me a voicemail, 714-576-4054. Email me daily@dollemore.com. Connect with me on social media. That would be fantastic. Subscribe to my twice weekly podcast. That would be, if you want to go the extra mile, subscribe to my podcast. And as always, I would invite you to consider supporting my work here on YouTube. Become a channel member. Click the join button for fewer than $2 a month. You can help support my independent voice right here on YouTube. If I'm not your flavor, and it's okay, I get it, I'm not for everybody, but if there's someone out there who brings you value in this space on YouTube, in the independent political commentary space, support that person. It is important going forward that people in my position, people who are speaking truth to power, that they are supported. It's not always as easy as just monetization, because YouTube can turn that off of a drop of a hat, and they often do. Trust me, they often often do. Anyway, I will see you next time. I love you guys. Be genuine. Take care of one another.